But I know what I saw, okay? I know what I saw in 2018, and I know what I saw for 2 games in 2019, okay? I saw a first round pick. That's what I saw. All right, man. So John Ross has requested a trade from my Cincinnati Bengals. And I gotta say this out the gate. Y'all know I'm a John Ross fan. I've been a John Ross fan since Washington. That's no cap. Been a John Ross fan. Remain a fan of what John Ross could be, but I'm damn sure not a fan of what he's been actually putting out there on the field. It came out today that he requested a trade, so it seems like his time with the Cincinnati Bengals, seem like those days are numbered. Today, I just want to give my quick thoughts on the entire situation. So without further ado, y'all already know what time it is, man. Cue the way.
Yeah, you'll never know quitter, 'cause I'ma go get her.
John Ross has had an extremely rough go at it as an NFL player. This is a guy who I was a fan of at Washington well before I knew he ran a 4.2 in a 40-yard dash. I watched him play with Jake Browning at quarterback and thought, man, dude is hella good. He's got good hands, he's a good route runner, elite quickness, unbelievable acceleration, oh yeah, and he's pretty damn fast too. Bucky Brooks actually had him ranked as the number 2 best receiver in the class before the combine. So he's never just been speed. He's always been more than that. Then he goes and runs a 4.2 in the 40-yard dash and everything changes. Overnight, dude becomes an NFL combine star and expectations change drastically. It's funny because his day at the combine kind of parallels his career so far in the NFL. A flash of brilliance immediately followed by something going terribly wrong. You can see right here at the end of it, he pulls up, injured. He also dealt with a torn labrum that would continue to pester him throughout his rookie season in the NFL. So like I said earlier, in 2017, my Bengals drafted him 9th overall. That's over Patrick Mahomes, that was over Deshaun Watson, that's over TJ Watt, like ahead of all of these guys, right? And listen, we needed a receiver at the time. He was a very highly rated receiver. And at the time, I had no idea how good Patrick Mahomes was going to be, but I was kind of mad that we didn't get Deshaun Watson. Like, again, another one of my players, like I'm a huge Deshaun Watson fan. I really wanted the Bengals to draft him, even though I knew it was an extremely long shot. So this is how John Ross's career started out with the Bengals. First time he touches the ball, I think it was on a reverse, he fumbles, right? Just out the gate. This is not a good start. Then to exacerbate it and just make matters even worse, Marvin Lewis, who notoriously just hated rookie players for some reason. After that one mistake from your top 10 rookie, you bench him. That was the moment, okay? John Ross is a very nice guy, all right? He's kind of a soft-spoken guy. He's very thoughtful, and he has the tendency to really get in his own head. And, once he got benched, that was pretty much all she wrote. Instead of giving him another opportunity to go ahead and make up for that so I don't have to dwell on this one fumble for the rest of the week, Marv benches him and things really never got better ever since that point. Now, to be fair, he did miss some games with injuries, but even when he was healthy, it was clear that he landed in Marvin Lewis's doghouse early on, and dude just never recovered mentally. Now, 2018 was a wild season. It was kind of a weird year for John Ross. This quote-unquote deep threat caught 7 red zone touchdowns. All right, that 7 red zone. First off, he scored 7 touchdowns, and he scored them all in the red zone. There is no player in the league who can catch 7 red zone touchdowns and not be considered a beast. Like, you catch 7 red zone touchdowns, you a dog. I don't care what happened, right? So a player with the ability to do that clearly has a skill set that, even if that was all he could do, is extremely valuable to a team. He also played in 13 games that year, and for a guy who's been extremely injury prone ever since he left college, I mean, that's a huge deal. He only missed 3 games. And that was one of those seasons that I was really confident that John Ross was going to build on. I was like, yo, that season right there is really setting him up to have his breakout year. I might have even made a video about this, about, yo, he's about to have a breakout year. I feel it coming. And guess what? In 2019, John Ross was a top receiver in the league through 2 games. In week 1, he had 7 catches for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. Week 2, 4 catches for 112 yards and another touchdown. Okay, he had a 55-yard reception in week 1 and a 66-yard reception in week 2. Once you add that deep threat ability in and then you go back and look at the previous year and say, yo, so not only is he a deep threat, but last year he scored 7 red zone touchdowns. This is a dude who is cold, man. He cold, bro. To this day, I don't care what nobody say. Like, there's nothing you can say to convince me that John Ross don't have the talent to be a top receiver in the NFL. John Ross's issue is mental, right? I don't know if it's just a concentration thing. I don't know if it's just a confidence thing, but the man got hands. I've seen him make unbelievable catches. So when he drops the easiest pass known to man constantly, I'm like, bro, what is going on with you? It's gotta be in your head, right? I know he's been putting in the work. He worked out with TJ Houshmandzadeh in the offseason, but for some reason, he cannot get it to translate on a consistent basis to the field. I don't know what it is. He needs a sports psychologist if he does not have one, because his problems, I assure you, are mental. Anyway, after that hot start, the next 2 weeks he got less targets than the week before because the drops kept piling up. Some really bad drops too. And eventually he got injured and was all but phased out of the offense. The ability is there. So when we got Joe Burrow, I knew, okay, this is gonna be John Ross's breakout season, right? This is what he needs. Yeah, I predicted it literally every year since his rookie season, and it has yet to happen. But this time right here is gonna be different. Joe Burrow is gonna come in, that confidence is gonna rub off on John Ross, and all of a sudden he's gonna take that step that we all been waiting for him to take. Nah, he didn't do it. What I saw out there on the field honestly confused me. It looked like a guy who was still scared to make a mistake. A guy who was kind of half-heartedly going for the ball, who really didn't seem like he wanted to be out there. And after 2 weeks, not only did he get benched, but dude didn't even dress out for week 3, 4, or 5. He was a healthy scratch for 3 weeks, didn't even dress, okay? So at this point, I'm like, we rejected his 5th-year option. He's a healthy scratch, not even dressing. His time with us is done. And I said, like in my last video about the Bengals, where I talked about the first 4 weeks of the season, I said in that video, you know what? It's time to trade John Ross. We got to do it right now. And again, it's not because I don't think he has the ability, because I do. All right. I've seen it. I know it's there. All right. I don't know what it takes to get it out, but I know for a fact it's there. But regardless of that, if we can't get it out, that means we can't utilize it. And if we can't utilize it, we might as well trade him. Maybe somebody else can get it out of him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the fastest players in the league, which is an asset that other teams will be willing to pay something for, okay? And it's going to be something that we currently don't have. If we just let him walk away at the end of the season, that helps no one. So the day when it was made public that he requested a trade, I wasn't shocked in the least. And while I would love nothing more than for John Ross to start next game, okay, and just come out there and catch a 70-yard bomb from Joe Burrow and have an amazing game and be a Bengal for the next 7 or 8 years, you know, actually playing at a top level, like, I would love nothing more than that. Nothing that I've seen suggests to me that that's gonna happen. It's possible. I hope it happens, but realistically, for me to expect that, I'd be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I can't expect that at this point. Maybe a fresh start is what he needs. Maybe a draft pick that we can get for him is what we need to help continue to build our team. We got hella holes to fill, and our receiving core is pretty damn solid, okay? We've honestly got more receivers than we can even use, so why not trade one of them? Why not trade 2 of them? If not, he's gonna walk at the end of the year anyway, because like I just said, we declined his 5th-year option. So it looks like this could pretty much be it for John Ross in Cincinnati. With that said, my front office has shown in the past like this loser mindset, like this unbelievable loser mindset. I actually heard one of these guys say, it's not our job to make other teams better. The dumbest quote I've ever heard in my life. Because while of course it's not your job to make other teams better, it's your job to make your team better, okay? If the guy leaves in free agency, guess what? Some other team is gonna get better and you will get worse because you got nothing for that asset. Like, I don't even understand how these dudes, Like, how he said that with a straight face is just unbelievable to me. Anyway, what do y'all think about John Ross? Do you think he can get his career back on track, or do you think it's all over at the end of this season and he's pretty much done? Also, where do you think would be a good landing spot for him? And you got to consider his mental makeup along with his skill set, okay? Because I was thinking somewhere like the Patriots, because they need a receiver, they need a deep threat. Can he play for Bill Belichick though? If Marvin Lewis benching him like broke him mentally, can he really go and play for a person like Bill Belichick? Maybe it works somehow, I don't know. But I tend to think that that might not be a great fit just personality wise. But anyway, man, I guess I'll end it right here. I could kind of rant on this all day. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, click the thumbs up button. I'll holler at you next time, fella. My name is FlemLo Raps. One.